So to do a rotoscope, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with, you should already have a boomerang video that you have completed. And then we're going to go into the Do Ink animation app. And from there, we're going to go ahead and open up Drawings. And from Drawings, we're going to click New Drawing. And we're going to go up to the three little lines, and you're going to click that. And you're going to click the camera. Alright, and that's going to bring up your boomerang videos, and you can click into that folder, select the one that you've already done. I have this one. I'm going to click Use. And that's going to create a new layer, and we want that layer to be on the bottom. So I'm going to take my empty layer, and I'm going to click it where these three little lines are, and it kind of pops it up. You're going to move it up and drop it there. We're going to rename it, and I'm just going to title it Rotoscope, and go ahead and close that menu. Now from here, when you're in this one, you can go ahead and you can make it as big as you want, kind of get it situated where you'd like it, and you need to go back to your rotoscope layer because that's what you're going to be drawing on. From here, there's this little plus sign down in the corner, and you're going to click that for as many frames as you want. And we're going to go ahead and do 13 frames. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll see as you click these, the video changes as well. And we're going to go to 13 frames, which I guess we got to 14, which that's fine too. So we'll keep it at 14. And frame 14 is going to be the same as frame 1. So frame 1, frame 14. Hands are in the same place, so that will help create that loop to create our GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call it. And from here now we're just going to trace. So you can go ahead and select your color. Just go from any of the color menus you'd like. I'm going to go with, let's say, neon green. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go to my brush, and I'm going to choose your brush size. It's not quite accurate to what it shows there because that looks pretty small, and then we come here and that's really big. But you have your undo. So I'm going to go down to about I don't know, probably around 2, 2.5, 1.5, somewhere around there. And that's going to give you a decent line size without being too big. Probably going to go a little bit bigger, but you want something like under 3. So 2.5, that should be good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I'm going to begin on this first frame by just going and simply tracing the shapes. And you want to do it fairly simple, because if you get too much detail, that's detail that you have to repeat in every single one. So depending on how much time you want to put into this will depend on how much detail you put in the first one. So I'm just doing very simple. I'm going to do his feet all with one with the legs. There I have my first one. Okay, and then you're going to click to your second frame, and you'll see it leaves a ghost image, and you're going to go ahead and repeat the same thing. Don't trace where your lines are that you see, trace where the shapes are. So now this time the arm has come up a little bit. The head is also changed a little bit. I find it gets a little bit confusing because you do have those ghosted lines. A trick that I have also found, so you can go in order if you want to use those ghosted lines. The other trick that I found that I kind of prefer is, instead of going in order from start to finish, I'm going to go all the way down to my last one, and you can see that you don't see the ghosted lines there. And you can go ahead and, go over my shapes. You'll see as soon as I get this one done, when I go back to the previous one, okay, so I have that one done. Now when I go to slide 13, I don't see those ghosted lines. So it's going to make it easier because I don't get confused with all those ghosted lines in there. The ghosted lines help when you're creating a new animation and you're not tracing, but when you're trying to trace shapes and you've got all those extra lines showing up, it gets really confusing, especially when the lines aren't clear. Like here, you can't really see the hand, the outline of the hand, so you kind of just need that shape, and when you have other things on top, it gets confusing. So if you don't need them, then go in reverse, and it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish doing all of these just with my simple shapes. And then once I've traced everything over with the simple shapes, we will come back and I will show you what's next. On this point, to check your progress, so you can just click the play button and you're going to see what you've got so far. You can see that movement's happening, and it's kind of neat to see the payoff for what you've done. It's going to take me back, and I'm going to finish the remaining few slides. We're getting close to where it was before. You're starting to see those ghosted lines again. See, I keep making mistakes. I keep starting to do the head first, but the arm is in front. So you do the arm first, then go back and do the head. And we have all of our frames done. As you kind of move back and forth, you can see it go. Go ahead and hit play. You're going to see that it goes, and it works, and it's good. That's a nice fluid movement. So this is a very basic one that you can do. You can also add more details into these. So this one, I did add his glasses. I added a little bit more shape to the hands. I added the feet, and then I went in and I filled in those shapes with color. And I also added the flowers to kind of do some different movement. And so you get a little bit more. Okay, so that's kind of like the step up from there. If you really want to spend some time, you can add many more details. And you can see here, you've got the lines from her skirt that kind of move and bounce, lines in her hair. We've got the movement with the cup, the spoon. So there's lots more layers in this one. And then what you do from here with your video is up to you. To do the basics, you're going to go ahead and go to this little shape that's here in the right lower right corner. And you're going to go to share. You're going to share to video. I chose the larger one just because I think it's always good to have a better quality if you have storage space for it. And then when this comes up, you're going to go ahead and click Save Video. That's going to be on your camera roll. So when we go out and go to the camera roll, you'll see here that you have your video. And it's only going to play for that 1 second because that 13 frames is per second. So it doesn't really do much, right? So you're kind of like, okay, so what's the point? When you then go into an app, like you can go into, I have Giphy. When you go into here, you have the opportunity to create a new sticker or GIF or GIF, however you want to pronounce it. And I'm going to say select GIF or video from device. I'm going to select this one. And I'm going to play it. And that's the one I want. I'm going to click use. And now you'll see that it goes continuously. because that is what I want. I'm going to go ahead and click upload. And there we go. Okay, so now I have mine in here. And it works lovely. You can go to save to camera roll. And now when you go back to your camera roll, you're going to have another copy of that. And it's going to be continuous. And then you can use that for whatever you'd like to use it for. You also can go into iMovie and create a new movie. And then you're going to go in here and you're going to select the artwork that you've done. Just want that one. I'm going to click. All right, so I've got this one now. And again, when you play it, it only plays for a short time. But when you click it, you can click duplicate. And you can duplicate it for a number of seconds. That way, if you need it for an actual video file and you want to show what it does. So I'm going to do mine for a little over 11 seconds. But something you're going to notice when it plays, right now, it's all nice and smooth. Okay? If you'd like to add music, you can go up to the settings wheel and choose theme soundtrack. And so now it's going to play with some music on there. And if you don't like that one, you can go and try a different one. Let's try this one. It's automatically going to change it. And there's just different options you can try out. Let's try one last one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with that one. And if you turn the whole theme on, like if you select one of these for overall, you may find that the transitions come up. And if you want to, if it does have the little transition icon, like say it has like this or something, it's going to jump and it's going to do weird things. So you want to click none and you have that little line there. So that way it's a nice smooth transition on your video. Okay, so from there, we're going to click done. And again, go to this little center icon down here at the bottom. And you're going to say save video. It's going to export your movie to your photo library. And then when you go back to that photo library once again, now you'll see you've got a third one, but this one's now at 11 seconds. And if we turn the sound on, we have exactly what we just made. All right, so that is how you create your own GIF or GIF, however you'd like to pronounce it, tomato, tomato, and then you can go ahead and share it with whoever you'd like to share your artwork with. Good luck.